And welcome to the Rebel Radio Podcast. This is your host with the most, the biggest bat in the room. This is Mark.
This is Matt.
This is a Trambino.
The Trambino.
Trambino, baby.
No famous name for you, Matt. What's the most famous baseball player that starts with the name Matt that I can think of off the top of my head? Man. I mean,
Matt McGuire.
That was Mark
That's
McGuire.
Mark McGuire, yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a Matt. I just can't think of right now.
Matt Bonds.
No.
That was Barry Bonds.
Long, you're not going to get a baseball player.
Matt Chapman.
You, man. That's just not happening.
Matt Chapman is arguably
rare of
the
a
best
name.
active MLB player named Matt.
Matt Chapman. He's not even that great. He's okay.
Matt the Wild Thing. What was the last name again?
Matt Olson. Matt Holliday. Matt Kemp. Interesting. This is a good question. Who is the best Matt of all time? Matt Holliday.
Even he's subpar.
Seven
Never know,
all-time
man.
all-star selections, 4 Silver Sluggers, and over 300 home runs.
So he's a very good player.
World Series title. So, yeah.
He's a very good player, but not a Hall of
not a
Famer.
great.
I'm sure there's a Hall of Famer named Matt somewhere out there.
Probably.
But you can't win them all.
You can't. You can't. Matts are underrepresented.
Yeah, well,
Except in the Bible.
This is true. Matt has a whole book in the Bible. Matthew.
Yeah.
so do I, bro. So yeah,
This
you're still losing here.
Dang. Ouch.
I'm named after a mythical animal.
No, don't touch that one, Matt. Don't even.
I'm a dragon.
No, I was thinking like, never mind. Long, he was going to come up with some sort of phalanx.
No, I wasn't.
No, I think Long was thinking that.
Oh,
was it?
okay.
Legendary animal, yeah.
I'm
What
so
do you guys
numb for
usually
my name
think?
being made fun of. I just don't register anymore.
I've never made fun of your name.
No, not you.
Just other
I'm
people.
not saying we haven't made a
Other
long
people.
joke before, but we've never made
Yeah. The name Long is a Vietnamese derivative of the Chinese word lung, Lung, with lung, which is dragon. So, yeah.
Asian names are freaking cool, man. Now I feel bad for the ones that get named like Hung Dong. I mean, and that's true. I feel bad for those guys,
Yeah.
Like, but it's a family name usually, so you have to respect it. But when they
I watched Superbad earlier this week, and they have that scene in there. We met a guy who was literally named Fuck.
Yeah, and I know how that's spelled. PHUC.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's such a. Y'all say I don't like comedies, but I think that movie's fucking hilarious.
It is, dude.
What movie
We've never
again?
done that on the podcast.
Superbad.
Oh,
I think it's on our list of possible movies for the year. I'm pretty sure it's on there. So, and we'll have to maybe do that one day. That's a good.
I've never seen Great Balls of Fire.
Balls of Fury, you mean?
Balls
Not
of
missing
Fury.
nothing.
Yeah.
You're not missing much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, saw that movie in theaters. I paid to see it.
Yeah.
Had Christopher Walken in it though.
We've never done Fanboys. I like Fanboys.
Fanboys is
I've seen that movie.
Maybe we'll have to do it when Mandalorian Grogu comes out. It feels like an appropriate movie around that time.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely an appropriate movie for that.
Yeah. And so yeah, man. So how are you guys doing? Good. Ready
Good.
to rock and
Have we started? Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Long bought some new toys today. We showed those off for the show. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
It's always a good feeling to buy stuff you enjoy, and if it makes you happy, I say do it. Because I get people all the time. I've had comments when they come to my house. They see my collection. Oh, what do you need? Also, what are you gonna do? Because it makes me happy. Does it fucking matter what it does to you?
Yeah.
Why do girls buy 20 pairs of shoes or whatever? I don't quite.
Yeah.
It's your business, you know.
To each their own, man.
Yep.
I mean, Matt used to walk around work and draw penises on boxes in the coolers and stuff like that. So, you know, it made him happy.
Just like Superbad. Yeah.
I didn't question what was mentally wrong with him. I just said, okay, whatever makes you happy, man. That's a true story, too, folks, that he used to do quite often.
Every once in a while, I see a memory from our friend Francisco, and it was a Netflix. There's some Netflix movie where there's a serial penis drawer going around drawing dicks on everything, and this guy's like, "No, it's not me. Look, he puts hair on his balls, and I don't." And it's like, and Francisco's like, "Who made a movie about Matt?"
It's so fucking true, man. And, it would come to the point where you would close or whatever. I'd come in the next day and you've left me a drawing.
Yep.
Somewhere
like,
in a
damn
box.
it's another dick.
I'm just like, fucking that.
What the fuck?
That's why we're still friends almost 25 years later.
Yep.
So, you know.
No,
wait, that sounds wrong. Not because we like penises or anything. That, you know, and if you do like penises, fine. But, you know.
A funny thing that I used to do,
Birds
if I
of
knew,
a feather flock together.
yeah, if I knew where someone, you know, if I was using the restroom in someone's house and it was like the master bedroom had a bathroom in there, like where I knew they'd shower, I'd take like a little film of soap and draw one, so that next time they showered,
It would leave it.
It would leave it. I didn't even have to be there. The condensation would go around it and be like, "What the fuck?"
Things boys do. We were in our 40s, man, and we still think that shit's funny. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Just it, you know, they will always be funny. Dick, fart, penis jokes.
Wyatt, my middle one, I got him some new underwear. It's got colors on it, you know. So he comes in the living room the other day going, "Dad, my penis is blue." And he's butt ass naked. I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I realized it was the dye from the underwear. And I told him, "Just go take a bath. It'll come off." And I started laughing. I know I shouldn't laugh, but I'm like, it was funny.
Just like Dr. Manhattan.
He wouldn't know who that was. He hasn't seen that stuff. But yeah, can't go wrong with a penis joke. So Stephen Colbert is apparently making a new Lord of the Rings film. I don't have this in my 2026 movie news. Like, wait, what? And it's a sequel to The Return of the King, apparently.
That guy has an encyclopedia knowledge of the Tolkien lore.
Does he? Wow.
Yes.
I know who he is, talk show guy. I'm not a fan, not familiar with anything, so I had no idea. So if you say he does long, I believe you, because I just did not expect this in the news. I was like, what? And apparently he's got financing behind it. I think the same studio that's making the Quest for Gollum movie that's coming out next year wants to produce this one as well. As far as I know, he's attached as a producer and a co-writer. So I don't know if they have a director or anything like that. But interesting. And apparently they've already spoken with Viggo Mortensen and Elijah Wood about coming back for this. I'm like, wait, what? Because I thought Aragorn's story after Return of the King was he goes away and he's the king. And I don't know what kind of sequel this is. And
yeah,
from what I understand about Tolkien stories, is he just kind of lives his life out as the king after that, you know? So I don't know. Interesting. Like I said, that was not what I expected to see. Like if you read that Steven Spielberg's making Lord of the Rings, you're like, okay, Steven Spielberg, not Stephen Colbert. So, but we shall see. You know, you see a lot of these things. They get, you know, some money behind them, and they say they're coming, and then they never come to fruition. So we'll see if it actually gets made.
Based on Fogs on Barrow Downs chapter of Lord of the Rings.
Okay. So, yeah. Other than that, man, I was looking through the news real quick before we started. I just didn't see a whole lot going on this week. I guess there's a trailer for the new Harry Potter TV show, which I just don't care. We have we got our full live action trailer for Moana, and The Rock looks ridiculous as a live action Maui.
Oh, does he? Yeah.
Yeah, people were making fun of the wig he wears in the trailer, and it does look ridiculous. The trailer's fine. It looks, like what you would expect a live action Moana to look. But he does look kind of funny with the wig. But what were you gonna do? I mean, you can't really grow hair like that
Nope.
at his age. He's been bald for many, many years now. So, but it has all the makings of a live action Moana there. I just feel like, I don't really have a problem with Disney making these live action movies. This one just feels really soon after the original, because most of the ones we've gotten so far have been the classic Disney animated films. And this one just feels, is this our first modern Disney movie that we're getting in live action?
I want to say so.
Yeah. I think the most other modern ones were the 90s ones, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Aladdin. I don't think we have anything post 2000 that's been made into live action.
Yeah.
Until this. So interesting. But Moana was a huge cash cow for them. I mean, you would imagine. I mean, come on. After Frozen 3 comes out next year or later this year, I'm not sure when Frozen 3 is coming out. They're going to do a live action Frozen. Come on. Yeah. It's been Disney's biggest hit of the last 30 years. Merchandise through the roof. I mean, its merchandise levels are Star Wars level. I mean, they're going to do a live action Frozen. So, it makes sense. I mean, and we're all suckers because we usually watch them. Even if we don't go to theaters, we casually tune in maybe on Disney Plus because we've all grown up in the world of Disney and we want to see what they do with these things. So, that's just a fact. Now, I did not watch Snow White, though. That is one I avoided because I heard so many bad things about it. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But generally, I check them out.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not seeing much else to talk about in the news. Unless I'm missing something I did not see this week. I mean, Ryan Coogler's apparently casting people for his X-Files reboot on Hulu. Why? Do we need an X-Files reboot?
Yeah. Ryan Coogler or
Ryan Coogler's producing it.
Oh, James Tolkien died.
James Tolkien's been dead. Wait,
no.
Top
Gun. Yeah.
That is it. Tolkien is his last name.
Tolkan.
Okay. I mean, we were just talking Lord of the Rings, so you confused me with the Tolkien. I was like,
oh
what?
yeah. He was 94, so he was known for, of course, Top Gun. He's the one that says that Cougar's out. He's got to send Maverick to Top Gun, and then of course he's the principal in Back to the Future.
Yeah, but fuck that. He was also Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe too.
That's what I remember him for. Masters of the Universe, he plays the police officer.
Okay.
Yeah, when He-Man comes to Earth and all that.
He didn't do very many films, huh?
No, he didn't have a huge career, but he just happened to be in a few genre films that made him know.
He had such a recognizable face, and it's a shame that he didn't do very many movies.
Yep.
Seemed like a friendly guy.
Yeah.
From what I've been told. He was in Dick Tracy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shadows of the Past is the name of this Lord of the Rings movie. Yeah, but I remember him in, of course, Top Gun and Masters of the Universe and Back to the Future. So yeah, he played authoritative figures, I guess.
He was in Bone Tomahawk as the pianist.
Ah,
is that the one with Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
His last notable film role.
Yeah, well,
I'm trying to look at anything else. I don't. Oh, Alan Richardson. Yeah, I guess he knocked out his neighbor, beat him up in the front lawn.
That.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
I don't know what it was for, but I wouldn't want to get punched by Richardson.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
Except getting donkey punched.
donkey punched. Oh no. Ugh.
All right. Well, let's get into some things we watched this week. Yeah, I'll go first. I haven't gone first in a while. I didn't really watch much anyway. I'm mostly playing Red Dead. I did get a few more episodes into the live action One Piece. I think I have 3 episodes left. Man, again, just a fun show. There are moments in it where, as a grown up, that I'm kind of like, okay, that's a little too goofy, but I get it. It's made for children initially, even though One Piece is such an interesting anime as a whole because it started out, of course, in 1999. It's very children-like, but as it's grown up, some of the recent episodes and recent movies have some adult elements in it, especially in some of the fan service shots, and there's some violence in them and stuff like that. But ultimately, it still maintains this very innocent, childlike quality to it, even with the newer stuff, which is I guess, a credit to Odo and his writing and the team that he's had for 20 plus years. And the live action show does a great job of capturing that. There's some dark moments in it. There's some violence in it, but there's also a lot of fun in it. And I've enjoyed it, man. I enjoy watching it with Wyatt because he loves it, and we watch it. He's quite the One Piece expert, so he tries to tell me everything that's going on, and it's fine. Go ahead and spoil it, Wyatt. I don't care, but it's because he enjoys telling me his knowledge of it as we're watching. And sometimes I look at him like, can we just watch it for 5 minutes without telling me everything?
Yeah,
but it's fun though. It's good, man. I mean, figure I'm paying for Netflix besides watching Monday Night Raw. I gotta watch something on there, and so I've been watching that. And yeah, man, that's really all I've really watched this week besides playing Red Dead 2. But still working. I'm not finished the game yet, but I'm trying to get as close to 100% on it as I can. So I'm taking my time with it. I'm at like 68% right now of the game and about 76% of the story. So obviously I missed some side missions along the way. So yep. One of the greatest games ever. So on sale right now, I think, again on PlayStation store.
Did you get to watch
I have it in my PlayStation 5 right now. It hasn't been opened up yet.
What did you say, Matt?
Did you get to watch the Housemaid?
No. The day you texted me, we had a game that we had baseball that night. I wanted to see some Sydney Sweeney.
Watch it at the game.
But and I haven't started Daredevil yet. I want to. I just haven't.
Yeah.
Just watch it at the game.
I just haven't. I've heard that Daredevil starts off a little slow, but then I've read that once you get past through the second episode, people say it's some of the best Daredevil's been ever. I've heard really good things about the last several episodes of the show. So I want to get into it. Is it the whole thing out, or is it coming out weekly?
The whole thing should be out by now.
Okay. I never know with Disney Plus how they do it, So
yeah. You talk about the current season?
No, the new season just started.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it might be a weekly release. I think they put out the first 2 episodes, and it's coming out every week. So it might only be 3 episodes out. So
yeah, it's weekly.
Yeah. So I'll give it the night where I can just watch them. But yeah, that's about what I checked out this week.
Yeah, I didn't watch anything this week.
Damn.
All I did was play Slay the Spire. Yeah. Matt.
So I mentioned I watched Superbad. I watched that, but as far as a newer movie, the wife wanted to watch Housemaid, so friggin' watched it, and I was like, okay, it's probably gonna be like a throwaway Sydney Sweeney movie, and I guess it wasn't too bad.
It did well at the box office because it got good reviews.
Yeah, it's actually decent, fairly decent. It's like a thriller. Wouldn't say it's a horror movie, but it definitely has some horror elements in it. It's got Amanda Seyfried. There's probably the other notable name in there. I don't know.
I just want the Sydney details, bro.
Oh yeah, like basically she gets hired as a housemaid, and the husband obviously falls for her, and they do shit. And there's a couple scenes in there where it shows him doing stuff.
Like what?
The horizontal mambo, as Mark likes to call it.
Dude, I
Bumping
mean,
uglies?
he sits here and he describes some hentai movie he watched in full detail, and now he's being like, "Oh,
I'm trying to be professional, Mark. We're very professional.
Because Jackie's watching him as he speaks right now from behind the camera, so she's probably giving him a death stare.
I cannot confirm or deny that, and I'm very respectful.
Call
Right
the
now.
police.
No, but
I'm held hostage.
we're watching it, and she's just like, she's so perfect. She's like, I want to look like that. And I was like, every guy that looks at Chris Hemsworth, they're like, oh, why? Why can't I do like 10 sit-ups and then look like that? We do the same thing. But yeah, no, she chose the movie, so I didn't get in trouble. If I would have prompted to, watch the movie, I would have gotten the side eye, but I was just like, I'm just watching what you put on. It's not like it's like drawn out. It's pretty quick. So it's not euphoria by any means. But that being said, it was a solid thriller. Didn't expect some of the stuff that came from it. And it's got a neat little ending. Not bad. For the $5 rental, say it's worth it. Got what you paid for.
Apparently they're gonna make a sequel.
Yeah, I got that, like where they could, but I didn't know if they actually would. I guess probably depending on box office results, but it's outperforming its the new releases right now still. So might get it.
Project Hail Mary's done really good. One of Ryan Gosling's biggest hits of his career.
Wow.
Well, not counting Barbie, of course, but
yeah, because he was Ken.
But I've heard good things about it.
But other than that, not much.
Yeah. So slackers, all of us.
2 films. That's it.
Yeah.
There's
stuff I want to watch. I just
don't have enough time for that.
I've been trying
to, yeah.
Like I was telling Matt pre-show. I mean, Long stopped by the other day. My living room's in shambles with collection stuff everywhere. I've been moving stuff around. So I've been trying not to just sit on my butt this week. I've been trying to do something every day and do stuff and then sit down and play a little Red Dead before bed. So I've been good. I could have sat down and watched just a movie or just did. Even when I put the Sandlot on in the background, I just kind of had it on the background because I've seen the movie enough. I didn't really have to completely pay attention to it. But that's just how my week's been. Plus we had baseball a couple of nights and went back to work regular schedule this week after working 2 days out of the last 18 before this week.
Damn.
So I got fucking swole. I've been all off schedule, man. I'd be able to sleep like at night. Getting up's not really a problem, but I like that. Let's be nice. Just work 2 days all the time. People that are rich.
Yeah. For real, man.
So, all right. Well, I guess we'll get on to the featured film a little earlier than usual. A movie that is, I think it's safe to say this movie's held pretty close to the heart by a lot of people that have grown up watching this in the last 30 years. There's not a lot of films that we've talked about before are perfect movies, and I think you could put this movie on this list of perfect films. I mean, you watch this and you feel good. It brings you back to a simpler time and your friends and your family and just a sport that is beloved, especially in the United States and throughout other parts of the world now. And that movie is The Sandlot. And we felt it was appropriate to do it this week with the kickoff to the Major League Baseball season, as we've done that before. We've done football movies at football season and baseball, and I feel like we've neglected basketball. I don't think we've ever done a basketball film that I can think of.
I think you're right.
But And we've never done a hockey film either, but we've had it on the list before. We're going to do Miracle one of these days because it's such a great movie.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we already did that, didn't we?
No, we did it. We had it on the list. We've never done Miracle. We talked about it. It's such a great film.
Could've
But
sworn we
the
did.
thing about sports films is like they're always they play in our emotions as Americans. And maybe, I wouldn't even say just Americans. I would say as anybody in the world that loves sports to succeed and to reach that highest peak of level as a fan or playing the sport. And and I think, and they tell great stories about the human condition and the human the strive of a human being to do better and be better, like Jackie Robinson in 42, or the young high school football team in Friday Night Lights. Or Kevin Costner's character in Field of Dreams to do what the voices are telling him to realize that he has to reunite, the white Black Sox scandal and all the multiple people he has to help in that movie. And I think that's what sports movies do a great job of. And The Sandlot is no different. I mean, this is essentially a coming of age film about a young man who moves to a new town. He doesn't really have a lot of friends, but he meets a group of friends that love playing baseball in a sandlot, and they go on multiple adventures throughout that summer, and they lose a baseball that's signed by Babe Ruth. That was his stepdad's, and they spend most of the movie trying to figure out how to get the ball back because his dad's going to kill him, played by Dennis Leary, if he doesn't get it back. And and they're afraid of the great beast that's on the other side of the wall. And it's this mythical beast that they think is just going to eat him alive. And so they do whatever they can. And they eventually find out that the beast is just a big old lovable dog that just loves kids. And he just wondered why those kids have been making all this noise in his backyard. And they run into James Earl Jones, who plays an old blind guy who turns out he was a former player that got hit in the head and lost his eyesight. And he gives him a baseball signed by the 1923 Yankees, which is worth more than the Babe Ruth ball, and he gives it back to his dad. And it's a summer about just kids having a good time and a summer adventure film is what this is. Centered around baseball and the young man who just moved to his town, can't think of his name off the top of my head right now, doesn't even that's right, Smalls. He doesn't even know who Babe Ruth is. That's the funny thing about it. And he plays it off with his buddies, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the Great Bambino," and there's just so. I mean, if you watch this movie and you don't connect with this film, then man, your childhood must have sucked. It doesn't. I'm not saying it has to connect with baseball, just in general. Hanging out with your buddies. And that's just how this movie is, and it plays. And again, I think it's an almost perfect movie. And that's just my initial thoughts on The Sandlot.
I don't connect with this film.
Dang.
No, I'm joking. I like it. No, my favorite scene is the retelling scene of the legend of the dog.
Right.
Oh yes.
The also famous last line of that telling of that legend. Forever.
And then the dude's just
Forever. Forever.
I quote that all the time to my kids sometimes. I'm like, forever.
And then the is that Oz? That's man, what was that puppeteer? I thought it was that puppeteer.
Frank Oz.
I think it wasn't that Frank Oz, the person that was the cop.
I don't know.
I
I wasn't
was.
really looking out. Who's the narrator? Was it Dennis Leary, the narrator?
No, the Dennis Leary, the
I know he's the
narrator
father, but who was the narrator? Was it Daniel Stern? I don't remember.
for the main film, or
The main character.
yeah. So is the director and writer David.
Chief is Dale Zacapa.
Okay.
Wrong. I was wrong.
It's kind of like, you know how the Christmas Story has that thing? This is kind of like the Christmas Story, but for the summer,
Exactly.
Kind of like the same nostalgia bait.
Even
David Mickey Evans narrates the film. He's uncredited, whoever that is.
even the flashback scene is very much like Christmas Story, with the burglars and then the Red Ryder BB gun. Very much like it.
Yeah.
I like the whole wonder and awe and the growing up and finding friends whenever you didn't think there were any there. And Benny never gave up on never giving up on Smalls and just, basically making him make friends. Which didn't that actor get into trouble like a few years back? Guy who played Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
I think so. One of them did get in a little trouble.
But no, it's I think the low part in that film, and it's not anything bad. It's the bullies versus the kid, the kids, the main group of kids. I feel like that's maybe the weakest part of the film, because you've got the amusement park ride. That's hilarious. It's, Ham basically has some good lines in that scrimmage. And then you've got the Wendy Peppercorn scene. That's hilarious. And then you've got the big chase with the dog. You've got the 4th of July baseball game, I think. And then you've got the camp out where they're trying to get the ball back. It's like, I feel like that might be the weakest part of the film. But, if I had to pick a weak part.
Well, the movie plays on like the Wendy Peppercorn scene, which any of us at that age, 10, 11, 12, did not have our crush. And we would do anything to make her notice us, because we don't know what love is at that age, but you're trying to make her notice you.
Yep.
And Squints goes all out to get her attention by faking drowning. It's brilliant. And we all know someone that would have done that. And I'm looking at him right now. He would have tried it. We know who I'm talking about, Long. He would have done something like that, some sort of shenanigan. And it's brilliant. How many did we go on our bikes with our friends and do something we weren't supposed to? In this case, they go to the carnival and they chew tobacco knowing they shouldn't. And they're throwing up everywhere. What kids in our time did not do that? Trying to get the ball back. We would have done the same thing. We would have gotten together with our friends and said, man, we got to figure out how to get that ball back, and we would have come up with some sort of plan or idea. And I love it. I love all the different ways they try with the erector set and trying to get. Eventually, Benny just tries to run to get it, and the fence gets knocked down, and it's just it plays on who you were as a child. Maybe if it wasn't, maybe it's not directly related to baseball, but in some way you're going to relate to these kids in this film and what you did with your buddies you hung out with. And I relate to this movie a lot because we played a lot of street baseball growing up. We did it with tennis balls out in the circle because we couldn't use baseballs. We could hit cars. Sometimes we go down to the school and play, and we might not have a full 8 or 9 people like this, but we would have 7 or 8. We'd split up into 2 teams of 4. We'd have ghost runners, lots of great moments that we would do as kids playing baseball.
Yeah. Nah, I never played out in the street, but we'd play at the church around the corner from my house, because they had a little baseball field, like a mini one with a cage and everything. That was fun. I remember riding bikes everywhere though. That's something that I miss. And just going to the park and then just not, coming back to dinner time. Nowadays it's like, there's so much stuff out there. You wouldn't let your kids do it. But back then it was a different time, and yeah, man, you called it out, Wendy Peppercorn. There's always that older girl that, you're like, oh, if I was like 5 years older, or something like that. And it just never happened. But yeah. And then the tobacco, everyone's done that stupid thing. For me, it's like my dad, he always kept his this bottle of Jack Daniels on his on the top of his entertainment center. And one day, I think I was like 13 or 14. I was like, I'm gonna try some of that. And so I poured myself a shot, and I took it, and I immediately just spit it out. I didn't make myself sick, but I was just like, oh, this is horrible.
That's funny. Oh, just a quick note: the writer director of the film, David Evans, he's the narrator, so that's who he is. He just uncredited himself. I also even like the fantasy element. Like, I read something about this where people don't like the dream sequence where Babe Ruth appears to Biddy, but
yeah,
I think about it like this: as kids, we all had our dreams.
mm-hmm.
30 years ago, man, we didn't know we were going to work in the business we were in. You dreamed about being a baseball player or being an artist or being whatever you dreamed about. And that's what Biddy's dream is. He dreamed about Babe Ruth. He wanted to be a baseball player. And to me, it's a perfect to his story because he makes it to the major leagues at the end of the film. And I think the dream sequences are just fine in this movie because I think they exactly what a kid would do. He would dream about Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
And I think it's silly that I actually read that someone said that was unnecessary in this film. I'm like, wait, what? And it's obviously someone who does not understand the film. And I like to see where Babe Ruth asked if he could have Hank Aaron's baseball card. He says, I don't know why, I just want this, knowing that Hank Aaron 50 years later would break Babe Ruth's record. Not even quite 50 years, about 35, 40 years later. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. A little baseball nod there.
Mm-hmm.
And then James Earl Jones, who appears in the film at the end. The funny thing is about James Earl Jones is he doesn't even like baseball. He's always found it kind of a boring, slow sport. He didn't get into it growing up, but yet he's in two of the most iconic baseball movies ever made. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
That he, but I don't know.
He does good in his roles. This is my favorite of his two roles. He's just very lovable and homey, down to earth. And then of course he saves Smalls' ass by giving him that baseball. And
what did he tell him? He tells him, "Oh no, I correct you. You're not in trouble. You're dead where you stand." He tells him the baseball side.
It's like, George. It's like, I knew George. And then he gave it to him. And he's like, just come down here and talk baseball with me every week. Yeah. And I will call it even. And I was like, wow. I was like, this sounds like a story that would happen. Just old man, kids wanted to come down, talk baseball with them.
And the July 4th scene is great with the one night game of the year, all the fireworks, and which is really cool and very feasible. Those small towns like that, to have that kind of parties, family time back then. I think that's a really neat scene, and it adds to the wonder of the film. As they're playing baseball and all the kids just stop and they're looking up at the fireworks. Exactly what children would do. Very quotable movie. I mean, I have a fucking Christmas ornament that says "You're killing me, Smalls." It's a baseball.
Nice.
I mean, this movie is very quotable. The forever line, "You're killing me, Smalls." There's been T-shirts made about this movie. I mean, they had a couple of direct-to-DVD sequels that just weren't really well received, but nothing beats the original. I just think that this film, and when I say that, like, I do think it's a close to perfect movie. It gets an 8.2 on IMDb. It feels like it should be higher because, like, I get your point a little bit, Matt, but I think that's being real nitpicky.
You would have to
just like,
yeah.
What's wrong with this movie at all?
Yeah.
I can't see anything wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, even the child actors are great in it.
Yeah.
The only thing you could kind of find wrong in this is like a stretch of the imagination, right? Because at the end, we at the end of the film, so maybe we've never connected this dot before, but something that was brought up in my research for the film, and so they're like, at the end of the film, it's where everybody ends up, and then Squints ends up with Peppercorn, and they have 9 children, and it's like, was she just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wait till that guy's breeding age, and then we'll do it, and it's like,
yeah, it's some of the fictional stories in the movie.
Embellish.
Female predator.
This is one of Kobe Bryant's favorite movies.
Saw that.
Yeah, he loved
I
this film.
watched it on 4th.
But and then the in the baseball scene at the end where the Jet makes it to the major leagues and he happens to steal home and he will watch his baseball. Do you realize how rare that is, stealing home? I mean, it rarely happens in Major League Baseball. If once a season, and that's the scene they chose to have him steal home. And of course, Smalls ends up becoming an announcer for the Dodgers, which I thought was kind of funny. But it was just a way to tie it together, everyone at the end of the movie, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But yeah, man, I mean, what else to be said about this? I just think it's a great movie. I watch it pretty often too. I would imagine this ends up being played once a year in the house at least. Just put it on the background. If you're in a bad mood, you can put this movie on. It's going to help you, just kind of relax and get in a good mood. Think about life. And
It's definitely in the top 5 of all-time greatest baseball movies.
Oh yeah.
I think
so too.
the only thing you could argue for this film, that someone might say that it's missing is that it's not high stakes, enough, right? It's like the baseball scene, yeah, but it's like the totality of the movie. It's not Major League.
Yeah, but for Smalls, it's high stakes. It's a Babe Ruth ball that his dad's going to kill him.
Yeah.
For kids, it's high stakes. They can relate for sure.
Yeah.
If you're a kid watching it,
yeah. So I don't think every sports film has to have a bottom of the ninth, 4th down and short moment. It's
Rookie
okay
of the year, where he loses his touch. Still has.
And to me, like I don't like that movie because it is such fantasy. A kid's not going to play in major leagues.
They're like, oh, your shoulder's too tight. Throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Robin Williams was almost the announcer for this film. Fun fact. Almost.
But yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to baseball films, The Sandlot and Field of Dreams are 1 and 2 or 2 and 1, whatever. They're both such great films. I like them a lot. I think Major League is a great baseball film. I think it's definitely far-fetched, but it's just a really well-made, fun baseball film. I like Bull Durham. But yeah, I don't like Rookie of the Year.
Heck, I like Moneyball.
Moneyball is a really good baseball film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the better modern baseball films. Yeah.
The Natural.
Yeah, but The Natural is so slow for most of the movie. That's my only thing with it. It's kind of a slug of a movie. It's good, but it's kind of a slug of a movie.
Major League. Love those 2 movies.
When I was little, I really liked Angels in the Outfield, but I know it doesn't hold up as well. Yeah.
Major League.
No, I just mentioned Major League. Did you zone off a minute?
Yeah, a little bit.
I did mention it.
I tried to name Matt after
42 was great.
Thing.
42 was good. Oh yeah. Ricky Matt Vaughn.
42 was all right. A little heavy-handed, I think.
Well, it's biopic. It's it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sports movies are part of our culture. I mean, they make us, feel good at the movies most of the time.
Inspired,
They inspire you. Yeah, it's a good way to do it. You're usually not going to walk out of a sports movie feeling sad. You're usually going to feel somewhat inspired. Even in a case of like Friday Night Lights where the team loses, you still felt inspired by it. And
I have to agree with you on that one. Friday Night Lights,
which is my all-time favorite football movie. I love Friday Night Lights.
I once watched that Mark Wahlberg movie, Invincible.
Not a bad movie.
That's not bad. It's all right.
It's not great, but it's not bad. But see, I'd rather watch that because it's based on a real story. Like I don't like Any Given Sunday. I don't think it's that great. I mean, it's a bunch of cursing and sex, and it's just like
Lawrence Taylor's in it.
Yeah, Al Pacino, and it's okay.
Yeah, I don't like how the football action is directed sometimes.
Yeah, the NFL hated the script. That's why there's no NFL teams in the movie. The NFL would not allow them to use a license.
Okay, that's right. They use the sharks or something.
NFL saw the script and all the stuff in it. And NFL's like, nope, you're not using our license. So,
Dang.
yeah.
But the USFL will come in. No, I'm joking.
USFL.
But yeah. So the Sandlot, man, I easy an A+ for me. I mean, this is a great movie.
Yeah, same.
A+, man. Yeah, dude. It's just a great feel good movie.
Yeah,
you don't have to think about much.
No, it is a good little conversation there about some of our other favorite baseball movies. I always like that conversation because it's subjective, but most of those all we listed, baseball, football movies, you can't go wrong. So enjoy a good film. So we're moving into April, and we did this last year, and we kind of had fun doing it. We did a month of movies that all three of us had never seen before. This is a very difficult task. Let me tell you, people, you don't know the research we do going into this, figure out 4 movies we've never seen before. Because
me and Matt are easy compared to you. Yeah,
usually my fault. Yes, I'm usually the one seeing a lot of movies, and but we came up with a list of 4, and I think they're pretty fun. And we came up with Silent Rage, which is a Chuck Norris movie that we have not seen before. We came up with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I know there's someone out there going, wow, none of these guys ever seen that. No, I've never watched it. I love Jim Carrey, but I've never seen it. And so we're going to do that one week. And then we came up with a classic spaghetti western starring Lee Van Cleef called Death Rides a Horse. But the movie we're going to kick off the month with is actually an Oscar winner for Best Picture, starring Robert Redford, right?
Yeah, Robert Redford and Paul Newman.
Yeah, and we've never seen this. And that is The Sting, which is currently on Netflix to watch. And I've heard about this movie, and I'm familiar with it. I've just never sat down and watched it. So we're going to kick off the month with The Sting next week on the Rebel Radio Podcast. And but until then, the rebelradiopodcast.com for all your Rebel Radio needs, social media links, and all that good stuff. And we hope you have a good week. But until next time, this is Mark.
This is Matt.
This is the Trambino.
And remember, as always, just go there and do
it.